talk about this free webinar we've got for you coming up in the new year, which I'm pretty excited about. The date, if you want it, is Saturday. We like Saturday webinars. It's 10 a.m. and it's the 7th of January. So put that date in your diary, and when you get your email, see if you can sign up for that. Now, as you can probably appreciate, we're going to talk for about 45 minutes, and the subject I want to talk to you about is goal setting and setting your dreams and ambitions for the next year and 5 years. Now, I'm calling this one setting, because we're going to talk about setting achievement goals. There you go. Now, when I say achievement goals, setting your achievement goals are goals to help you in your mortgage business, and they are goals in your mortgage business. So this is specifically for mortgage advisors who are looking at 2023 in a different way, and we're going to talk about how you can set your goals and then achieve those goals as well. There's two parts to goal setting. You've got to set the things, then you've got to achieve them, and that's the thing. And I'll talk to you about how we can do this post-COVID. Now, got a few ideas to help you. Got some suggested goals, but also how you can get your own goals and set them and achieve them as well. Now, I was talking to my dad the other day about COVID and lockdown. I said, surely though, Dad, because he lived during the war, you see, during the Second World War. He's only small, but he was a young chappie during the Second World War, and afterwards during the rationing period as well. And I said, surely, Dad, that was worse, wasn't it, than COVID and lockdown? He said, no, son. He said, lockdown, he said, was much, much worse than the war. And that amazed me, really, because I thought it would be worse, wouldn't you? Being bombed and shot at and stuff like that. He said, well, most of the time you had lots of friends, people around you. Lockdown, it was isolation. So it was a period of time which intense change. We're going through massive change at the moment. The lockdown, we've got war in Europe, we've got China opening up, the Far East, etc. Politics in the US and the UK. We're going through enormous change. And the key to handling enormous change is flexibility. That's the thing. And during the war, my dad said we had a lot of flexibility, a lot of change. We knew how to adapt. Flexibility is the key. If you want to survive next year, then you've got to be flexible. Now, to set your goals in the first place gives you the opportunity to be flexible, to flex your goals, change the way you operate. Flexibility is absolutely the key. I want to talk about that a lot as well. The other thing as well, if you're interested in this, because you might have turned off already, but if you're interested in this webinar, you're what we call a learner. You're not the learned or the learned. You want to learn. You want to learn new things. You're interested in learning. You're a learner. You're not the learned. People who are learned already think they know everything, because I've been on goal setting before, I've done this before, I already know what to do. Great, I get that attitude, but we always need to be learning, and you are a learner, otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. So it's ideal for you, this one. We're going to talk about setting goals in a logical, linear fashion. I'm going to give you some structured ways of setting your goals. We'll take a look at a 5-year vision as well, talk about the IFA maybe, but then we're going to take a look at 2023 and we're going to set goals. Once we set the goals, we'll set the quarterly objectives, which are much more refined than goals, and then we'll look at strategic next actions and your action plans for each month as well. So we'll set those things, but then we'll talk about how we get the goals as well. A little bit of NLP for you to excite you, a little bit of future history, call it what you like, acting as if, all these NLP things about getting the goal, because you've got to set the thing, but then you've got to achieve it, and I want to talk to you about how we can do that as well. So I've got loads and loads of ideas for you to help you. We'll have a good old chat about it, get you set up for the new year. So get the diary out. So it's Saturday, not Sunday, 10 a.m, 7th of January, so the first big Saturday of the year, 10 a.m, for about 45 minutes. We're using Vimeo. We've got 100 seats, so you need to act fairly quickly. Last one we did in November, had a few people who weren't able to attend, which is a shame, but we've got a recording organised, so that's no big deal. But if you can attend live, I do stay on afterwards for 10-15 minutes to answer your questions, which you have to type in, because you can't have 100 of you all talking at the same time, can you? That'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? So you tap in your questions. So I'll stay on for 10-15 minutes afterwards to answer any questions that you've got, and really hope that next year is going to be a really good year for us all, because I'm looking forward to it. Remember, Flexibility is the key to success when you are going through unparalleled change, which of course we've been going through for the last years or so, and next year too. See you then.